Akhtar's extravagant slow-roasted shoulder of lamb with cashew nut and caramelised onion gravy served with 3 different vegetables and biryani. Or Sue's nostalgic platter of roasted crown of lamb with shepherd's pie, spring cabbage and bacon served with warm cucumber. Now is the time for all the chefs to cook their hearts out and show Glyn exactly what they're made of.
I'm looking for some strong flavours, some big flavours and some really solid cooking.
Akhtar is on his final warning for timekeeping, but as he preps his 3 vegetable dishes, has he overcomplicated things again today?
How are we getting on for time?
I'm on it. I think we're going to be right on the money. We're going to be.
So the thing is, with obviously the judges, they want to see a dish that's practical for the banquet as well. And obviously Richard's got his beef Wellington, which is coming out the oven after you take the lamb out, so...
Yeah, I know at the end of the day, you know, when I'm late, I'll have a knock-on effect on everyone else, and I totally appreciate that.
I'll leave you to it.
Akhtar may have a lot to achieve, but are Sue's methods for making mashed potato any more banquet-friendly?
So, Sue, you seem to be doing your potatoes for your mash a little bit different than mine.
Yeah, I put them in the water bath for half an hour, just to release the starch.
Okay.
Once I've released the starch, wash the starch off, and then boil them out, drain them, then dry them out.
Okay.
With so much riding on his dish, both emotionally and professionally, usually cool Richard is starting to get rattled.
That looks nice, Richard.
It's only a beef fillet wrapped in spinach, yeah?
Yeah, it looks good at the moment. If you want to put yourself down, that's fine. I was just trying to be nice.
I don't never like to put myself up for a fall.
With tension rising, Akhtar has been scheduled to the pass first today, and Richard is seriously worried any delay could affect his own chances.
Right, Akhtar, you're going to be on time, yeah?
Yep.
If you're late, you're messing me up. Yeah?
Yep.
Are you going to be ready if I go in now?
Go in now, yep.
And just to ram it home, Sue also pushes Akhtar on his timing, as she needs her dish to be perfect today.
Actually, I'm not being funny. Are you going to be on time? Because it makes a big difference to me now. I'm not being funny. Cut the
Yep, no, as you can see, I'm plating up. So...
But as he finishes off his lamb and vegetables, Akhtar has a last-minute panic over his cashew nut and caramelised onion gravy.
Have I got a second to thicken that up a bit more, or am I over? Just wanted to make it a little thicker, gravy.
Okay, if the flavour's there, you happy with it?
And I just want to make it a little thicker. And take 10 seconds.
1 minute.
For the first time this week, Akhtar makes it to the pass virtually on time. But has he compromised his standards to get the job done?
Lovely. Nice. Smells delicious.
You want a little bit of everything?
Yeah, just a little. It's like Thali-style dining, you know, when you go to an Indian restaurant, you get that little selection of vegetables that you have on the middle of the table.
So it's like if we're at the banquet, everyone's sort of passing the dishes.
That's the idea. Bit of sauce.
Onto the meat?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go, guys. Please, after you, mate.
Left alone, Richard and Sue are able to suss out their rival's main course.
So, do you think it's a feast for the eyes for the banquet?
Yeah, I do. To be fair, this I think is beautiful.
Yeah.
This looks like it's custom made just for the shoulder of lamb. It all fits well. It's grand. It looks good.
So you think it's fit for the banquet?
It's a sort of food that, you know, you'd see at any Maharaja's banquet, so
Yeah,
why not the people's banquet?
Beautifully cooked, yeah.
Yeah,
It's just fallen off
that
the
works.
bone.
Yeah.
To be totally honest with you, I'd probably cook the lamb a little longer, probably leave it
A little bit longer. So you're saying it would be softer than this?
I think we could get it softer, chef.
So is that meant to be cold? Or is that...
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm extremely happy with the spice of the lamb. You don't want to lose your core product.
It's spicier than I thought it was going to be.
Are you happy with the marriage of all the other components and all the other spices to go with that?
Yeah, because the vegetables are all very lightly spiced.
To me, pint of lager with that. My mates sitting around a big table, eating it.
Yeah.
Nice Saturday night out.
Akhtar may have heeded his final warning, but did he do enough to earn him more top marks?
I'm really happy with the way it came out. I just hope Glyn understands that I'm just trying to keep the spicing very light so we can really appreciate the core ingredients.
Next up is Sue. She's under pressure to prove her worth today, but Richard can't resist distracting her.
How are you cooking the lamb?
I've cooked it in the bath. It's been in the bath for an hour and a half. That's just for... I do believe that you should roast lamb off. I'm a big believer, and some things aren't always for the bath.
Rare lamb puts me off completely. Right, Akhtar, you've done a good main course then, huh? Has it made you nervous?
Not yet, Richard, not yet. The only thing is...
Do you want me to shut up?
Yeah, that would be great if you would.
Sue quickly places her shepherd's pie at the centre of her platter, surrounds it with the crown of lamb, then adds the cabbage and bacon and warm cucumber.
Happy with that, Sue?
Yeah.
Do you want me to dress, Sue, or do you want to dress?
Yeah, no, you just can.
Lamb's cooked beautifully.
Should we go generous with 2 cutlets?
If you would, please.
My
Finn.
portions. Shepherd's pie. Do you say this cucumber was from an old recipe book?
Just ancient recipe cook, actually, one of my mum's. So allow me, Glenn, shall I just...
Spit on. Rock and roll,
Yeah.
So we'll leave them with the lads and we'll take this one, Sue.
Thank you.
Come on then.
Has Sue shown enough flair to get her back in the race?
Obviously, the shepherd's pie is the centrepiece. Do you think it's good enough?
No, it's a lovely pie, but is it the one that everyone will work their way up to and say, you know what, wow?
Happy with the cooking of the lamb?
Yeah, I am. I don't like it when lamb's too rare.
If that got sat down at a banquet, would my mum be put off by that? I think she probably would. Myself, you know.
Now, cucumber and lamb,
Yeah.
you could say it was a bit risky.
I like it. I mean, and it's held nicely. I think it does do what it's meant to do and cleanse the palate. I think it's a nice delicate flavour. I don't think it overpowers at all, and it does the job intended.
Do you think, after tasting that, I mean, I can probably understand why it's historical and it's not in use now. I don't know.
It doesn't need it.
Do you think shepherd's pie is grand enough for the banquet?
Yeah, I think it's a crowd pleaser, and with the crown of lamb, I think that then is the banquet part of it, and then all the little copper condiments that go around it. I think just make it fun, and that's the interaction and, you know, the moving of it.
It's all good food, but is it an amazing meal? I personally won't say it's one that people will talk about in time to come.
I didn't taste that gravy.
To me, it reminds me of a really burnt pan that's just been deglazed, and that's what it is. I mean, it wasn't pleasant at all.
It was really tough in the kitchen today. There was a different vibe in there, different feel of emotions in there. I was a woman on a mission, and I was getting there today, and it felt good. It felt good, and from the start, it felt good.
Last to the pass today is Richard. He glazes his vegetables, then pipes his buttery mash onto his cottage pie and puts his beef Wellington onto a platter. But there's an extra surprise in store.
I've got the beef Wellington, which is wrapped in brioche instead of puff pastries. My mum's cottage pie.
Okay.
So, whoa, chef, what are you doing? Yeah. The idea is when people sit down. Obviously, I've got this sign here that says, you know, who wants to be mother? Then the idea is whoever gets to carve it.
Gets to wear the hat.
Where's the chef's hat? Where's the apron?
Could have washed it first.
That's the idea, is that people are having fun whilst they're getting ready, and then you put the chef's hat on.
Being mum, I'm going to delegate. Susan, would you like to start dressing with the vegetables?
Oh my God.
But I like the idea of the fun of someone putting on the chef's hat with the apron, the carving.
As you can see, I'm having loads of fun. Are we nearly finished there, Sue?
Yeah.
I can't contain myself. Oh, I'm shaky with the gravy. Come on.
So will the taste be equally exciting?
Is it elaborate enough visually?
I like the fun factor of it, and then the food's lovely and yum yum at the end of it. So you have fun and then you get to eat.
Definitely street party, having a good laugh, having fun, and that's just going to get the ball rolling, isn't it? And people are going to be relaxed.
The potatoes I used were fantastic. They're just starchy enough, they're sweet enough, and they just make a lovely mashed potato.
The one bit...
Potato is quite sandy, isn't it? I mean, not as creamy as it could be.
So the vegetables, you've glazed them off and took the butter right down, so you've almost got that nuttiness.
Yeah, and they're just simple, they're light, and I think they just finish off the dish perfectly.
I personally don't like my asparagus peeled.
So interesting that you did a cottage pie and Sue did a shepherd's pie. How do they compare?
I don't think they should even be compared because they're so different.
Yeah, it's nice, it's rich, it's quite irony.
Mine is a little bit more luxurious and mine suits my dish.
Richard has poured his heart and soul into this platter, but is it good enough to keep him at the top of the scoreboard?
If I was asked if my main course had the wow factor, it did to me because it was fun, it was enjoyable, and I imagine sitting at a big table, big glass of red wine, talking away, my mum going, "Oh, look at my cottage pie," and that to me would be brilliant.
Tasting's over, all three chefs must now wait to see whether they'll move up or down the scoreboard.
The way the main course was executed and the way it was delivered, I feel I'm in a very good position to be cooking for the judges on Friday.
Fingers crossed, I have to get a good score today because it could result in me going home otherwise, so I need those numbers today.
It still won't ever become reality to me that I'm anywhere near the top or near winning until I'm cooking for the judges on Friday, so that's my main goal at the minute.
Akhtar first. I thought it was a nice idea to have the small pot so you could pass around, and I thought the flavour of the dal was lovely with the aubergine. But at one stage I thought there may have been one too many elements, and I thought that sort of almost slightly clouded the main event, which was the lamb. Sue, I thought the lamb was cooked well. It looked pinker than it was, but I think once you cut into it I thought it was cooked nice. But I was a bit concerned on the size of the pie. I think maybe could have given less cutlets and more pie, because I thought that was the hub of the dish, but it was slightly mean with that. Richard, but what I really liked was the brioche. It was very technical and the brioche was really crunchy on the outside, and I was really impressed with that. I thought the only one thing I would say is I thought the mash was really nice, but I think a bit more ox cheek and a bit more gravy in there to make it more of a cottage pie, because it just needed to be a bit more meaty.
Yeah.
So we'll go through the scoring. Sue, for your roast crown of lamb, I'm going to give you a 7 out of 10. Richard, for your beef Wellington and Mum's cottage pie, I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10. Now Akhtar, for your slow roast shoulder of lamb with the caramelised onion gravy and the cashew nuts, I'm going to give you a 9 out of 10. Cheers.
After an intensely fought main course, Richard continues to lead the scoreboard with 23 points. Akhtar edges ever closer to him with 22 points, and Sue is trailing on 18 points.
When I heard the number 9, spoken by Glenn, I felt very confident at that point. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not at the banquet yet, but I'm one step closer.
Now Akhtar's won 2, I've won 1. I'm still in the lead, but anything can now happen.
Obviously better score, still last, so bit gutted.
The battle continues tomorrow with the dessert course. Will Sue be able to turn it around? It's her last chance, and she knows it.
So tense in there.
Should we stop talking?
They're throwing everything at it. You can see the passion, the emotion. They're just absolutely going for it.
Stand aside, William and Kate. There's another royal wedding. You're invited to join Giles and Sue. What a lovely couple. Tonight at 8. But next on BBC Two, World Snooker, Ronnie O'Sullivan against John Higgins for a place in the semi-finals.